2 days. Anything stand out?
You know what? I love the energy. I think the energy, and honestly, we've thrown a lot at them. I think the kids are really working hard to retain a lot of different things, a lot of different plays, a lot of different situations we're putting them in. I mean, right from the start. I think that's been great. And you've seen it from a lot of different guys, young, old, all different groups. So that's been really exciting, because we mix the team up a lot, which I think has been fun to see. So, and it's been fun with Coach Stein. I think the organization of practice and how we practice and how many reps we get and how much teaching and learning opportunities we get has been awesome. So we'll need every rep, we'll need every minute, but I like where we're at the first couple of days.
You saw Mitchie on tape. Now that you're actually getting to work with him, what are you seeing from him?
I think he's had a really good 2 days. We saw his accuracy on tape, and that was, he's extremely accurate. He always has a base. Got a great leader and kind of great demeanor, right? He's been able to really handle everything from an intellectual standpoint, from a read standpoint, or pre-snap, some different checks and things like that. So, everything that we thought, that showed up. Right, really not just these first couple of days, but also these first couple of months. I couldn't be more pleased with him. He's a lot of fun to work with. I think it's been great around the guys, and he seems to be really excited to be here. So,
I've seen the camera on his helmet.
Yeah.
What's that for?
So that's they used it at Oregon. It's a great tool, and we're big into technology, right? Like we're always going to kind of be pushing the envelope, and that's one of the things they used, and it's like It's a GoPro basically. I think the company's DJI, but it's a GoPro, and it's on the front of it. So you get everything from their perspective. So you can see their eyes, right? How efficient they are when their eyes move. Is their head bouncing around, or is it very still, right? And then you can also has audio for a lot of the things that we do at the line of scrimmage. It's really good for them to hear themselves, just how they're communicating, the volume they're using, and then how clear and concise they are. So it's pretty cool stuff. Yeah, they'll all our quarterbacks will wear that during practice.
Joe, you coached Nick Anderson at LSU, obviously. Is it just as simple as staying healthy for him to have a big year, or is there something else he needs to do to get back to it?
No, I think obviously the last couple of years, specifically 2 years ago, right, and that kind of lingered over. Obviously went through some injury issues, and I think he grew a lot from that. Nick, the way he's approached every single day, the attention to detail, the aggression he's approached it with. Sometimes when you come back from an injury, you're a little bit tentative, or you're not yourself in terms of the most urgent version or aggressive version of yourself, because there's just a natural protection, right, that you kind of carry yourself with. And I think I've watched him. He's been vocal. He's attacked everything. The detail he's playing with, the way he's communicating, the way he's leading, it's been awesome to see. It's really fun. He seems like he's having a lot of fun playing football, and I'm pumped for him.
Shane Card was led his team receiving his first 2 years, but it's at the FCS level. So what are some of the things that you need to see from him in this spring to realize, okay, he can level up?
Yeah. Nick, did you hear all those nice things I just said about you?
No, I didn't.
You want me to repeat them? You can listen to them. I'll run them back. Shane, so obviously Shane was extremely productive at his previous school. I think he has a lot of fluidity. He catches the ball really well. He's an intelligent player, so he can play outside and inside, right? He can do a lot of different things, move around, which our guys, no matter what position you play, you're going to move around. He can get up in the air, right, and really make a lot of plays, right, up in the air in terms of his body control. That's what I just like to see him carry over. I think just the resources that we have here, the way we feed our guys, right, from a supplement standpoint, food standpoint, snack standpoint, the way we train them, those things are going to allow him to continue to develop his body and give him just some different opportunities that maybe, right, he didn't have at a different school. So I'm excited for him. He's been great. I think he's assimilating really well to the team and the environment and the level. So it's been good.
I think people have a picture in their mind of what a slot receiver looks like.
Yeah.
Do you all have? Do you want guys being able to play both?
Yeah, like Nick can play. Nick can play in the slot. DJ play in the slot, right? Like you don't have to. You don't have to be. You don't have to be a short guy to play in the slot. Like it's not like an auto. So we'll move guys around, we'll move guys around in a lot of ways, but I mean, I think you'll see a lot of our guys line up there. And then I think we are looking for certain matchups, right, in terms of lateral mobility and some things like that, some mismatch opportunities on different players, but also, right, our tight ends, right, in terms of using them in the slot, right? Like, you'll see a lot of different guys. I think it'll be a little bit more route specific and unique about what we're trying to accomplish, because we have receivers of all sizes, all speeds, right, all talent levels, or all different talents, right? We're going to put them in position to be successful, right, using what they're best at.
There's a lot of new faces on the offensive line this year.
Yeah.
Just this point in the schedule, how do they gel? How do they all come together?
Well, I think that's college football now, I think there's going to be new faces every year, and I think that's a challenge, and that's a new challenge, right? And you got to adapt. So maybe some old ways of doing things have to adjust. And I think Coach Stein's done a fabulous job of how he set up the program in terms of getting our guys around each other. I mean, you look everywhere, and he's going to have cats up, right? And connection is the number one DNA trait that we have. So I think that's not just the O-line, but over or throughout our organization. And we set up things, right, during the week to push that, right, to push that connection with our guys. But I think Cutter Leftwich and the offensive line staff that we have, right, from Clef to Dallas to Paul, I think all those guys are doing a great job at getting our players together and teaching them what it's like to be an entire unit. I think Colton Price's leadership inside has been great, but we got a lot of older players, and we did a really good job, I feel like, of getting smart players on the offensive line. I think we have a lot of smart guys that have come in. They communicate well, they talk, and man, that's going to be great, because that's what we're going to see in the fall. We're going to see a lot of different things, and they got to make the adjustments. They got to be talented enough to do it, but they also have to be smart enough to make those adjustments. So I've been really pleased with them so far, and from the players to the coaching staff, everybody, it's been great.
When fall rolls around, you have a number of guys that you like to have in an offensive line rotation.
Yeah, I'd like to see us play more than 5. Because we're going to play, right? We play how we want to play. We're going to play, right, what we expect to do. We're going to play a long season. And it's just the nature of the game. To play with the same guys at every position throughout the year is very difficult, right? It doesn't happen that often. So I think it's really important that throughout the year we continue to develop multiple players, right? So when it comes to critical games in November, right, the person that's stepping in is prepared and ready to go, because we're not going to be able to play with the same 5 throughout the entire year. There's just too much contact up at that position. Is there a certain number? I don't know that there's a certain number. Usually it's probably no more than 8, but definitely more than 5.
You'll have a lot of high school kids coming in this time of year, particularly quarterbacks. Is there a sense of urgency to get one of those guys early to be able to get some momentum on the trail?
I think we are always going to carry ourselves with urgency in everything that we do throughout the program, and that includes recruiting. I don't know that there's we have to take somebody at a certain time. I think it's important we always get the right young man to join our program and join our quarterback room and have an opportunity to be the leader of this program in the future. So we're going to make sure we get the right guy. And I think that's really important about getting around those young men, around their families, us getting to go to their setting, and then us bringing them to our setting and getting an opportunity for them to see everything. And I think that's critical. So that'll be a big challenge this spring, is getting those guys on campus, spending time with them, and showing them what we're all about. We're not going to change, right? Coach Stein set up a really good program that's going to allow for success. Want them to see it and make sure that they fit into what we're going to do. We'll know when the time is right, and I think the young man will know when the time is right.
All right, last one.
It's only been a couple months since you guys started building this thing. What's been the biggest surprise for you?
I think we have. That's a great question. I think there. I don't know that surprise. I think we have I love the organization of the daily schedule and how we flow through things, and how that's allowed for us to coach our players and get them prepared. I would say this. I think Coach Stein did a fabulous job of hiring. We have a great staff. We have a lot of really smart coaches who I think bring a lot to the table, and everybody is kind of starting to, I guess, fall into their role and bring a lot to the table. And it's really been fun to see how we all work together. And I think we have a lot of really, really smart coaches here that I think is going to, allow us to continue to help prepare our guys, right, for success on Saturdays in the fall. So that's been a lot of fun. I don't know that I'm surprised by it, but it's definitely been a lot of fun.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.